Week 2 of the NFL preseason is almost here when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to Acrisure Stadium and they take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Welcome into the Arthur Moats Experience. My name is Mark Bergin. Looming over this game is the contract dispute between the Steelers and Cam Heyward. Cam Heyward, 36 years old, doing what's called a hold-in, where he's at Steelers training camp working off on the side, but not partaking in team activities. Now, I'm recording this on the Thursday morning before the two teams have a joint practice. So a joint practice between the Bucs and the Steelers. But as it stands right now, with the starters of both teams expected to play Saturday night, as long as this dispute continues, I don't think Cam Heyward will play in Saturday night's game at Acrisure Stadium. But I'll say this. I'll leave some room for why I think a deal will get done. But Cam Heyward is 36. Like, is he really going to sit out the 2025 season when the only other defensive lineman who is older than him is Calais Campbell in the NFL? I know Cam Heyward is coming off an all-pro season, but the Steelers, in signing him to an extension a year ago, offered that almost as an olive branch to extend his playing career, considering he was coming off that groin injury that limited him and forced him to miss time in the 2023 season. He wasn't nearly as good trying to play through that injury when he came back, trying to play hurt. Now, I'm not disputing that the Steelers defense, they're much better. They are much, much better with Cam Heyward on the field versus when he is not on the playing field. There's no dispute in that. But Cam Heyward at the age of 36, are you really going to sit out and then say, oh, your value will be worth more in a year at the age of 37 when you're also still under contract with Pittsburgh? If you go to NFL.com and you read about Cam Heyward's contract extension a year ago, it was how this deal allows Cam Heyward to remain a Steeler for the duration of his playing career, and it helped extend that. So if you read it that way, and then now he wants to be paid relative to all pro performance, I understand that that's the last time he could be on a playing field, but you don't want to pay for past performance. And which is it? Is it the all pro that you're going to get, or is it the guy who battled injuries in 2023, where in the NFL, it's not the National Football League. It's not for long, and Father Time is undefeated. We all know that. So keep an eye on the Cam Heyward contract situation. We'll see. I would not expect him to play on Saturday night. Now, a bit of historical context too. When TJ Watt was working out his contract extension in advance of the 2021 season, when he went on to win NFL Defensive Player of the Year. TJ Watt did not play in a single preseason game that year and still went on to have a terrific season. So while I don't expect Cam Heyward to play Saturday night in the preseason, I am confident and optimistic that he and the Steelers will work things out by week 1 of the regular season. There's still a lot of time, not quite a month, but there's still a lot of time between now and then. Saturday night is going to be the first time that the Steelers home fans get to see Aaron Rodgers suit up for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Certainly exciting. What does his rapport look like with DK Metcalf and the other receivers? What about the tight ends? I know they got Darnell Washington into the mix in the first preseason game. Can the young offensive line help keep Rodgers upright? I'd like to see Rodgers play multiple series. I don't know if I need to see him play the entire duration of the first half, but I would like to see him in multiple series. He's 41. He's in his 21st NFL season. I understand it's new with Arthur Smith and his new teammates, but he's played the game at a high level. The big thing is getting out of Saturday night healthy, regardless of how it looks. But again, the Bucs are going to play their starters, so there should be some very good man-on-man opportunities for Pittsburgh. But a lot of the new acquisitions that you're excited. I'll get to the young players, but whether it's DK, Darius Slade, Jalen Ramsey, you're excited to see that come Saturday night for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So there's a lot of excitement there. Expect the starters to be out there. So I'd imagine the Steelers will play their starters. And then in the final preseason game, I think it'll be more like the first preseason game where unless some players need tune-ups or guys trying to battle to make the 53-man roster, this will be the closest thing that you get to the regular season. So I'm excited to see Rodgers. I'm also excited on the defensive side of the ball. I know I've discussed it before, but with Jalen Ramsey out there, what the defensive backfield versatility looks like with Ramsey, Slay, Joey Porter Jr., Juan Thornhill got in the mix as well in that first preseason game. Deshaun Elliott. Don't forget about my guy, Beanie Bishop, who I also thought played well against Jacksonville. So there's excitement there. Very excited to see that. And then the rookies. You talk about Derek Harmon, Y.A. Black, Caleb Johnson, Jack Sawyer. What do they look like in their first home preseason action in front of the Steelers fans? It's going to be really exciting to see. I'd like to see Caleb Johnson get some more touches compared to what he did against Jacksonville. Pittsburgh really kind of struggled to run the football in that preseason opener, but the quarterbacks too, Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson, I thought looked sharp in the opener too. Can they keep that going? So I'm excited to see that come Saturday night. And this all circles back to with the rookies of Derek Harmon. It's why they draft Y.A. Black. Keanu Benton is a young player. They restocked that cupboard because, again, Cam Heyward is 36. And the question I ask is, would he really sit out for a full season knowing that he's 36? He would then turn 37. Missing a full season seems pretty crazy to me, especially considering his age. And then to come back and try to play at a high level when the Steelers also still have him under contract. I am of the thought process, while I don't expect Cam Heyward to play this Saturday night with his contract dispute, that something will get resolved between now and week 1 of the regular season. That is my prediction. Let me know what you think in the Yinzer chat. I want to know your thoughts about the Cam Heyward situation, who you're excited to watch on Saturday night as the Steelers host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. My name is Mark Bergin. This has been another edition of the Arthur Moats Experience. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button here on this channel. I will be back Sunday recapping Bucs and Steelers with Arthur Moats. So keep it here on this channel. Really excited to talk with him about how the Steelers perform in week 2 of the preseason. Enjoy the game. I'll see you Sunday. Until then, take care and so long, everybody.